Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Men, Women, and Children, and yes, I agree that the cast and crew was absolutely tremendous, but it comes across as a very dismal film, and you just have these people living duplicitous lives and keeping secrets from one another. It's actually pretty common, but I was just remembering what Greg Braden said. In this era of technology, we find ourselves feeling more lonely and lonesome than ever. And this movie is actually a very good depiction of the irony of our greatest accomplishments, and yet how asinine and trite and trivial and just sophomoric we can be in how we handle our relationships with each other. Their relationship seems to be a archaic word, and I am of the ilk that I believe that people are inherently good. And I may be incorrect in thinking this, but I feel at the very heart and core and matrix of our being, we have goodness. Yeah, we make mistakes. We're sinful. I mean, we're brought into the world through sin, and I mean that's what makes us human, other than our mortality. I feel that despite that, we're inherently good creatures. We care for each other. We're social beings. I learned this through anthropology. And it's true, no man is an island. This actually, it proves that, and proves that the more people come together, the better off they are. But there really is no said ending. And I usually like Lady or Tigers, but this really was very lackluster, and it seemed like the worst of the worst happened to people, and well, it made them stronger, but still, it just, to me, I didn't really care for the movie in and of itself, even though it brought out some really good topics of conversation, I do believe. The only thing I liked about it was mention of my idol, Carl Sagan. And I think that his film, it was a film that was done a long time ago, but they put it on YouTube. It's called Pale Blue Dot. You probably know about it, but it just has such an enlightening message, I think, and it's just, like I said, it discusses the importance we have as brothers in arms, basically. We should treat each other with more kindness, because as far as Sagan was concerned, the Earth is our only home. Michio Kaku doesn't think so, but I kind of like to go on speculation that perhaps we do, and I wrote a story about it that discussed my vision of the future. And I hope that this is true. I hope that people can learn to get along, even though it wouldn't be necessarily harmonious all the time. I just, as far as movies are concerned, I know the camera is a great interpreter or intermediary of the truth, and it depicts this absolutely magnificently well. It's just that, as far as movies are concerned, I was just left kind of feeling lackluster and kind of depressed after I watched this. I thought, ugh, really? You could choose better films to act in, and I guess it was to make a point, just to say, people of Earth, wake up. You're asleep. You don't need to be asleep. You don't need to use technology in order to interact with your fellow man. Just look them in the eye and talk. It's not that hard. There's a commercial, and I know it's tongue-in-cheek and supposed to be satirical, and talks about how to order pizzas. So Little Caesars website, a commercial, and they talk about Usually, to get yourself a pizza, you have to go on a website, enter in a complicated password, get the coupon. But no, there's a better way. Walking! Putting one foot in front of the other. And I thought, yeah, duh. Give me the stupid. But it just, to me, I had to laugh at this whole notion. And yeah, granted, I think a lot of people who are subdued, kind of surrounded by technology. I know I like technology, don't get me wrong. I am a futurist, but there are certain things that I think that just can't replace good old interaction. And yeah, I wrote a story about that too. I wrote a script that reminded me of why I write such things. But I just think that this was a wake up call, honestly. If you're interested in such a thing, I'm not going to be depressed by it, but if you just feel like your family is surrounded by such issues, then watch this. Maybe it will shed some light on your problems, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not really that entertaining at all. I thought, oh, this cuts way too close to the core. I don't I don't have that kind of lifestyle. I don't have to worry about such things, but there are those who do, and I'm just hopeful that they get the message before it's too late and don't even get themselves involved with reality anymore, because it's just sad, honestly. And I don't know what to even give this movie. I didn't really care for it that much. I give it a thumbs up for the actors and what was the time and effort put into this movie, because I definitely think it is more like a PSA than anything else. An hour long, so many minutes PSA. But other than that, I just wasn't entertained, and I like all the actors and actresses that are involved in this particular movie, because they were just absolutely stellar. But really, I feel like they could invest their talents in something a little bit better than that. I mean, this awakens awareness, but I just wasn't my thing. That's all I have to say. I'm glad I watched it, but I wouldn't watch it again. That's just me talking.